Okay, in this video I'm doing number 2 from quiz 1 where we are going to use a right endpoint approximation to compute an approximation for sine of pi x on the interval 1, 2 with 50 subintervals. And make sure your calculator's in radian mode, not degrees. I think some of you did it in, a couple of you did it in degrees and you got a different answer. I don't, it should be in radians. To get the correct approximation. And I want you to round it to 5 decimal places, although if you put 4 down, I don't think I took off this time, but I wanted to make sure you had the right number. So in this case, we're doing the right endpoint approximation. So remember, the right endpoint approximation is going to be b minus a over n times the sum from I equals 1 to n of the function from a, the function evaluated at a plus b minus a over n times I, right? In this case, we have a is 1, b is 2, n is 50. Right? And that's really all you need to know to set this up. So we know b minus a over n is simply 2 minus 1 over 50, right? And that's just 1/50th. Okay, so and f of x, of course, is sine of pi x. So we can even just write that out before we set up the sum. F of x is sine of pi x. So what is going to be f of a plus b minus a I, or b minus a over n times I? That's plus. Well, that's going to be sine of pi, a value, sine of pi times a, which in this case is 1, plus b minus a over ni, which is 1 over 50 times I. So you can write it just I over 50. Okay. Okay. So the sum, so R50, right, should be equal to 1 over 50 times the sum from I equals 1 to 50 of the sum of sine pi times 1 plus I over 50. Okay, so now if you wrote this out, that's great, you got some credit for this, but I really wanted to make sure you were able to get the approximation for this. So I think I only give you 3 points for if you did this but didn't write down what the actual approximation is. Because it's important that you are able to get the value, especially if you're a science or engineering student. You're going to be doing a lot of approximations, and you want to be able to do this. Now you could use a software for this. You could use a calculator, TI-84, Inspire, however you want to do it. I will use Mathematica right now because I'm on a different computer than I usually am. So what I'll do is I'll open up a Mathematica window here, and we'll just calculate this. If you've never used Mathematica before, it does cost some money, but as a student, I think you do get a pretty good discount. So in Mathematica, I'm just going to type in the sum and execute it. So it'll be 1 over 50 times the sum, and I'll go from I equals 1 to 50. And in Mathematica, they use a capital S for sine, so I'll just do sine and use brackets for the sine of pi times 1 plus I over 50. And then I'll just execute. Oh, it wrote out the entire sum. So Mathematica is really nice. It does write out a big sum for us. So we want a numerical value for this, right? So what I can do is let's see. Hold on a second. Let me put out front capital N, and that will give me a numerical approximation for this sum. Okay, and there you go. And that's out to 5 places. Okay, so so yeah, using software, right? This is not, by the way, this is an approximation, so it's important you use those squiggly lines here. So it's not equal to. It's negative 0.6. What was it? 3641. Yeah, negative 63641. If, by the way, Mathematica can give you more digits if you want. You can show all the, you can show more. But I only wanted the first 5 digits. If you put the first 3 or 4, I did give you full credit if you showed all your work. However, next time please be careful with the instructions. I want to be fair in the way I'm applying the grades. So anyway, if you have any questions about using software for this or how to use a calculator, just let me know. Okay, hope this was helpful. Thank you.